Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores here for games that were played on Wednesday night, and we'll make some picks for games that are coming up on Thursday. There's 10 games on the slate. But tonight we had Vancouver against Ottawa. Vancouver won that game in a shootout 3-2. We got that one right. The Rangers absolutely destroyed Philadelphia 9-0. We got that one right. Yeah, we could talk about it, but whatever. Montreal lost to Winnipeg, overtime 4-3. We got that one right. Vegas over San Jose. It looked like San Jose was going to actually beat Vegas at home, and then they came back and won the game 5-4. We got that one right. The one we got wrong, though, was the best bet. St. Louis lost to the LA Kings 4-1. Edmonton won the Battle of the West handedly, 7-3. Yeah, they played so well tonight, Edmonton. Good team. Couple good teams. So anyway, the best bet didn't go through. That record goes to 13-8. Regular picks 5-1. That goes to 95-70. And then the parlay, we had the Jets in Edmonton, but the Blues did not come through. So yeah, that's that. Thursday games. Let's get going. Pittsburgh against the Devils. The Devils 2-6-2, current one-game winning streak. Mackenzie Blackwood listed in net for the Devils against Pittsburgh, who are 7-3-0 with a current one-game losing streak. Tristan Jarry listed in net for Pittsburgh. They're in third, 37 points in the Mass Mutual East. The Devils sit in seventh with 22 points. The Penguins last lost a low-scoring affair 2-1 to Boston. The Devils, they won against Buffalo 3-2, and this will be the first time that these teams meet this season. But I was kind of looking at some of Devils' last games, and it's kind of impressive if you think about it. They won 3-2 against Buffalo. Against the Islanders, they lost 3-2, but it was in overtime. The one before that in regulation, they lost 3-2, one-goal game. Then they lost 5-3, a two-goal game. But then against Washington, 5-4, one-goal game, they lost in overtime. And then Boston, they won 1-0. They seem to be playing up to their competition. So first pick here, I'm going to make it an upset. Devils to beat Pittsburgh. That'll be my first pick. Next game, Boston against Buffalo. Buffalo is 0-9-1 in their last 10. Current four-game losing streak. Carter Hutton is listed in net for Buffalo against Boston, who are 4-4-2 with a current one-game winning streak. Currently, Boston has Halak listed in net. But Vladar, he made his debut the other day, and he played really, really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they throw him in again. We'll see. But Boston in fourth with 34 points in this Mass Mutual East against Buffalo in eighth with 16 points. The Bruins last played the Penguins. They won 2-1. And as I mentioned, Buffalo lost to the Devils 3-2. This will also be the first time that these teams meet. But Boston's they looked really good on that last game against Pittsburgh. Not much to talk about. Boston's going to win the game. Boston over Buffalo. That's the second pick. Then Philadelphia against the Islanders. The Islanders 9-1-0 with a current one-game losing streak. Ilya Sorokin is listed in net for the Islanders. Philadelphia, they're 4-6-0 in their last 10, current one-game losing streak. Carter Hart has been confirmed in net for Philly, but that might change. I don't know if anyone watched that game tonight against the Rangers, but both Carter Hart and Elliott, they both played. They're going to have to figure some stuff out. We'll see. Carter Hart might be in net tomorrow. Who knows? Philadelphia sits in fifth with 31 points in the Mass Mutual East. The Islanders sit in second, tied with Washington, actually, at 42 points. Flyers lost 9-0 to the Rangers. Islanders lost their last game to Washington. That broke the Islanders' winning streak. They lost 3-1 to Washington. The Flyers lead this season series 2-0. Both games played in Philly, 4-3 and 3-2. And this is the first of a three-game set between these two. Tough news for New York, losing Anders Lee for the rest of the season. And I know the Islanders had their winning streak broke by Washington. But they still have an amazing home record going this season. They're 12-0-2, have not lost in regulation at home. And I don't see that happening against this Philadelphia team right now. So pick's going to be the Islanders to beat Philadelphia. Next game, Columbus against Carolina. Carolina 8-2-0 in their last 10. Current one-game losing streak. James Reimer listed currently in net for Carolina. Columbus 3-5-2 with an overtime decision. Merzlikins is listed in net for Columbus. They're in fifth with 29 points in the Discover Central. Carolina sits in third with 41 points. The Blue Jackets, they lost to Dallas in an overtime 2-1 game. And the Hurricanes, they had their winning streak handed to them by Detroit when Detroit doubled them up 4-2. The Hurricanes lead the season series 2-1, and this is the first of a 4-game set between these two teams. And, one of my concerns is the Blue Jackets seem to have a tough time closing games out. In shootouts right now, their record goes 1-3. Carolina's 4-0. But I'm going to go to Columbus here to win this game. I just hope that they do it in regulation. That's going to be my pick, Columbus to beat Carolina. Next game, Chicago against Tampa. Tampa, 7-2-1 with a current one-game winning streak. Vasilevsky is listed in net for Tampa. Chicago, 4-5-1 with a current two-game losing streak. Lankinen is listed as probable in net for Chicago. They're in fourth with 33 points in the Discover Central. Tampa first with 42 points. The Hawks were handed a loss by Florida when they played the Panthers and lost 6-3 in their last game. Lightning, they won a tough one against Dallas in a shootout 4-3 in their last game. Tampa leads the season series 4-1. This is the first of a two-game set. The Lightning are first in goals for, and they're third in power play. Hawks, though, are fourth in power play. But the Hawks are playing their fifth road game, and that causes me a little concern. And I think that's an advantage for Tampa. But at the same time, I'm concerned with Tampa because since they played Chicago last, they've lost to Nashville, they've lost to Detroit. But I'm going to take the home team here. I'm going to take Tampa to beat Chicago at home. That's tough because I like Chicago. Next game, Nashville against Florida. Florida is 7-1-2 with a current four-game winning streak. Bobrovsky's listed in net for Florida. Nashville is 4-5-1 with a current one-game winning streak. Pecorini is listed in net for Nashville. They're in seventh with 25 points in the Discover Central. Florida in second with 42 points, tied with Tampa. The Predators last played Tampa and won the game 4-1. Florida won against Chicago in their last game 6-3. The Panthers lead the season series 3-1. I think Nashville won the first time they met, and then Florida's won the last three games. Bobrovsky's having a crazy season. He's 12-2-2. And Florida's just impressed a lot of people. They continue to impress people. I don't see that changing here. Florida's going to win the game. Florida to beat Nashville is going to be my pick. Next game, Dallas against Detroit. Detroit 4-5-1 with a current one-game winning streak. Bernier listed in net for Detroit against Dallas, who are 3-4-3 with an overtime decision. Kudobin is listed in net for Dallas. They're in sixth with 25 points in the Discover Central. Detroit sitting in last, eighth with 22 points. The Stars lost to Tampa 4-3 in a shootout in their last game, and Detroit had that nice win against Carolina 4-2. Teams have played each other twice, and Dallas won both games, 2-1 and 7-3. But if you look at Detroit's last three games, they beat Tampa, they beat Carolina, and then the other game against Carolina, they lost, but only by one goal. So they're figuring something out here, and I'm going to go to Detroit, the home team, to beat Dallas. Dallas is struggling, and yeah, I'm going to go Detroit. Detroit to beat Dallas. Next game, Winnipeg against Edmonton. Back-to-back for both these teams. Edmonton 5-5-0 with a current one-game winning streak. Koskinen is listed currently in net for Edmonton against Winnipeg, 6-3-1 with a current one-game winning streak. Brosseau is listed in net for Winnipeg. He's having a nice little season. He's 5-1-0. Winnipeg in second with 38 points in the Scotia North. Behind Edmonton's behind Winnipeg in third with 38 points. Jets played Montreal and won 4-3 in overtime in their last game. The Oilers, in that Battle of Alberta tonight, they won 7-3. Series tied at 2 games apiece. Winnipeg's starting goalie is actually from Edmonton, and I think he's played Edmonton once this season and lost. So he's going to be hoping for a good game here. And, I mean, two really good teams. Both these teams could come out and light it up. But I'm going to go to Winnipeg here to beat Edmonton. Winnipeg, the visiting team to beat Edmonton, is going to be my pick. Then a really exciting game, I think. Minnesota against Colorado. Colorado 7-2-1, current 4-game winning streak. Grubauer's listed in net for Colorado against Minnesota. Minnesota 7-2-1, a current 5-game winning streak. Cam Talbot currently listed for Minnesota. They're in second with 37 points in the Honda West. Colorado in third with 36 points. The Wild last played Arizona and won 3-0. They played 3 games against the Coyotes and outscored them 11-1. They let 1 goal in 3 games. The Avalanche last played Anaheim, and after a rough start, they won that game 8-4. 2 games apiece in this series. Both teams are a little beat up. I think Colorado's actually getting a little bit healthier, and I think might even be a little healthier than Minnesota here. But I'm going to go to visiting team here as well. I'm going to go Minnesota to beat Colorado. That's going to be my pick. I'm not sure who's favorite. I haven't looked. I don't know if the odds were out on that one. Some of the games don't have the odds out yet. Oh, yeah, that one did. I think I put it in a parlay, actually. Anyway, last game, Arizona against Anaheim. Anaheim, 2-6-2, current 4-game losing streak. Both these teams on a losing skid. Ryan Miller listed in net against Arizona, who are 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 3-game losing streak. Aiden Hill, now listed for Arizona. They're in 6th with 28 points in the Honda West. Anaheim in 8th with 22 points. The Coyotes lost to Minnesota 3-0, and the Ducks game was that 8-4 loss to Colorado. Arizona leads this season series 3-1. The Coyotes have their third goalie now. I mean, Kemper's out, Ranta's out, so they got Aiden Hill in net. And they don't look like they're scoring many goals. I'm going to go home team here, and I think, if I remember, I think Anaheim might be the underdog, but I'm going to go the home team here to win. Anaheim to beat Arizona is going to be my pick for that game. Minnesota to beat Colorado. Winnipeg to beat Edmonton. Detroit to beat Dallas, Florida to beat Nashville, Tampa to beat Chicago, Columbus to beat Carolina, the Islanders to beat Philadelphia, Boston to beat Buffalo, the Devils to beat Pittsburgh. I'm going to make that Florida game my best bet. And then I'm going to do 2 parlays, actually. I'm going to go Florida puck line, which is at 2.25. Is that at 2.25? 2.2. And then I'm going to go Minnesota money line, which is at 2.35. And then I'm going to go Anaheim at 2.15. And then for my second parlay, I'm going to go Boston puck line. I'm going to go Colorado money line. And I'm going to go the Islanders. The Islanders game is the one that doesn't have the odds out for it yet. Probably don't know what to do with that Philadelphia team. Anyway, hope everyone has a great Thursday. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Stay safe. Thanks.